Hey y'all, welcome to I Be Wiggin'. I'm Sandy. Today I'm reviewing Epic by Gabor in the shade Sunkissed Beige. I'm also going to be taking this scarf and putting it into the wig to create a headband hairstyle. If you want to learn how to do this, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. This is Epic by Gabor in the shade Sunkissed Beige, also known as GL23101SS. No, this is not a new style. This was manufactured in spring of 2019, and I think sometimes there are some wigs that get pushed on the back burner and get forgotten about because we're so focused on these new styles. And I think we need to look back at some of these older styles because they are simply adorable and really cute, and they're just kind of being forgotten about. So I wanted to bring Gabor to you today in the style Epic. Now, if you're not familiar with Gabor, Gabor is manufactured by Hair You Wear, which also manufactures Raquel Welch. So you're going to find a lot of similarities in a Gabor wig. There will be some similarities in their fibers, the comfort of the cap, in their styles, but there are differences in their shades. They don't have the same selection of shades in Gabor that they do Raquel Welch. I wish they had more in Gabor. Maybe they will at a later time, but for now, this is a shade that I think is absolutely gorgeous and isn't really getting a lot of attention. This is Sunkissed Beige. Now, Gabor describes it as a dark golden blonde base that blends into multi-dimensional tones of the lightest beige blonde. And I couldn't describe it any better than that because that's what you see. You see this really light blonde that is blended with this golden blonde base. Now the root, it does have a root, which I think is really nice to have a root on a style that is a shade that is this light. It gives it a little bit of dimension and it adds to the realism, I believe. So it is not a dark root. It is a golden root, but it's not that real brassy orange type root. It is just a light golden root that just blends into the body of the shade. It's a really pretty shade. Okay, so let's talk about the style. This is, yes, a classic bob, but it does have a little bit of a twist to it, y'all. And it's this wave and these soft layers that you see that when you take your comb or your fingers, how they just swoop and create this gorgeous feathering. You see that? And then it just kind of twists here on the end. It also does it on the left side. Just take that comb. You see how those layers just graduate. So it gives it a slight wave and it gives it that little bit of a twist. It is a chin length bob. I have a 7-inch face, so this is exactly 7 inches at the front. Well, a little over, is 7 1/4 at the front. And then you have 7 at the sides. You have a 7 1/4 at the crown. And at the back, you have 7 inches, and there is a 3-inch nape. So you can see that it is just slightly graduated and just angles towards the chin area. So let's look at it on all sides. So it has that full high top at the mono. So that allows you to be multi-directional in your parting. So you can part it in the middle. You want to do that. Flip out the ends if you want to, just to give it a little bit of texturing, because it does have just a little bit of texture through it to create that movement. So you could flip out those layers and use texturizing cream and really bring out the textures in this style. You can swoop it to the right. Just give it that over swoop. Comb it a little bit up towards the back. You do have a little bit of permatease here at the sides. Very, very minimal. And it just creates the shape of the body of this style. But there's none at the crown area. And maybe just slight at the nape. And that just creates the lift where it needs to be in this bob. So as you can see, it's just a really cute style. Now this is on their Flex Light synthetic hair. This is not a heat friendly or a heat defiant style. So therefore you can't use heat on it to smooth out the fibers. But one of the perks of having a synthetic hairstyle is, and especially in this length, is you're not going to create a lot of friction on your clothing, so that's going to save on the fibers. And also, because it is synthetic, those fibers just last longer. You're not going to have to do a lot of maintaining on it. So if this is your first wig purchase, you know, I think a synthetic wig style is a great choice because you're not having to do a whole lot of maintenance on a synthetic wig style. So what you should do though is keep it conditioned, and what I use on my wigs is the Estetica wig mist. It's just a daily mist that I spray on them every time that I wear the wig and put it up. It does not leave a buildup, it just conditions it. And then after about maybe 4 or 5 wears, and you can use a deeper conditioner such as Envy's Renew and Repair and repair those ends. Now with a synthetic style, no, you can't use heat, but you can use a hot air brush to smooth out the ends if you want to, and you can also use steam. But I feel like you're going to get a lot of longevity out of this style just because of the fibers and the length. So what I want to do is take it off, and before I do that, I do want to tell you about the density. It is a very low to moderate density. You can see that I can tuck it behind my ears, and that's another style that you can create with Epic. And you could do it on both sides if you wanted to. Pull out some hair in the front and create just a really cute style that way, just slicked down. So you can see the density is very realistic and believable. So let's take it off. We're going to look at the cap construction, and then I'm going to show you how I style Epic with this scarf. Epic by Gabor has the lace front that is extended from the ear tabs, so it's temple to temple, and then they are felt lined ear tabs with metal stays. It has the extended nape and the Velcro strap adjusters. Now here you'll see that I have them adjusted nearly all the way in because this cap is roomy. I am a 22.5 circumference, and I had to adjust this cap to fit my circumference. So if you're above a 22.5, this is going to fit you just fine. If you're smaller than average, then it's going to be a little bit roomy. I'm not so sure that how it will fit. You may have to do some adjustments at the back for sure, but it is a very stretchy, roomy cap, and it has that full mono that is fully hand tied that allows you to create parts multi-directional. And there is that root on Sunkissed Beige and the lace front. Now, so I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can style Epic by Gabor with a scarf. Just because you have a chin length bob does not mean you can't come up with creative ways to style it. So you'll just need a silk scarf, any type of scarf. If it's in the shape of a square and it's a little too big, all you have to do is put it into a form of a triangle. Meet those two ends and create your triangle, and then take those longest two ends and just fold it down into about this is about the width that I make it, like this. And I keep folding down that width all the way down the length of the scarf until you get to the ends where you have those triangles. So you should get it to about where it's right here with those triangles that are tucked underneath. Now what you're going to do is take the scarf and you're going to come at the top, lay that at the top to where the ends of the scarf, those pointed ends, are hanging downward, okay? And then you're going to take them, sweep them to the back, and just create a twist like that. Get it as tight as you can get it, and then pull it to the side. Now, here's where you're going to want to look at the headband and make sure everything is tucked in. If you have any of the sides that are sticking out, just tuck them in, make them straighter, and go on both sides and look at it that way. Now, here when you got the ends, this is where I like to make just a knot just to secure it a little bit tighter, so I know that it's not going to slide. Now you can also add bobby pins if you want to make it more secure, and tuck those bobby pins into the hair, but it stays pretty secure just like that. Now you see, just like this by itself, it creates a cute little style all on its own, but I like to tweak it just a little bit. So if you want to have out this much hair to cover your ear, you can, but what I do is I'll just split that in half and have some of that hair sticking out, and then tuck the rest of it behind that headband, just like that. So you have a few of those sides hanging down. Now on this side, what I'll do is just let the shortest length of the bangs hang out and tuck the rest under the headband. Now, this is what is my favorite part of this style, is taking the hair that is behind the headband and pulling it out and giving it that bump. Now here is where you could use some piece cream and piece it out. Use your comb and just pull some of those pieces up and let them hang over top of that headband. Push them back and just create that bump. And here you're just tweaking it to where you're satisfied with what it looks like. You can have some hair sticking out at the bottom, have them flipped out. That way you are kind of sure that that nape is not showing. And you've got a really cute hairstyle with a scarf. Another thing that you can do with it, and this is one more way that you can use a scarf, and it's essentially the same style, it's just flipped in a different way. So you're going to keep the scarf in the same pattern with it in. Make sure I've got my comb and everything is straightened out again. Gotta readjust. And this time what you'll do is take that scarf, and instead of coming where the last time we came down, this time we're going behind. Take the scarf behind and come up. And take those pieces, those ends, and tie them up at the top, like that. Okay. Still the same type of style. The only difference is that you're going to take this top here and create a bow. And instead of making it really tight, I keep it kind of loose. And I will tuck these ends underneath the headband. Tuck them under the band, and it just gives the band a little bit more height on top. Now you could also do a bow if you wanted to do it that way as well, but you're not going to have those if you don't like those scarf hanging down on your neck. Then you've just got it up on the top of your head, and you're essentially going to do the same thing here that you did before. You can use bobby pins to tuck. You can tuck all of the hair this time behind the scarf. Pull out just a little bit to make it look a little bit sleeker. And then on this side, do the same as well. Kind of twist the hair and tuck under that headband. Make sure you've got all the pieces tucked. And it's just fussing with it, y'all, till you got it the way you like it. And in this style, it's just a little bit sleeker. About this way, maybe. Have those sides kind of coming over the headband. And that's another way that you can style it with a headband. So which style is your favorite? The first one or the second one? I think the first one's more my style, y'all, because I like the big bouffant type of hair. But if Epic by Gabor is a style that you'd like to purchase, you can find it at the Beauty Nook. Download their app to your device And you can also shop their live wig sales every Friday night, where you can find a variety of things going on. Sometimes it's showing the human hair pieces being naturals, which is exclusive to the Beauty Nook. Clearance sales, new synthetic wigs that are out. It's just a variety of things. We never know what to expect. And also make sure that you join their Beauty Nook support group, and they also have a Being Naturals human hair support group on Facebook, and they have an Instagram for Beauty Nook Look. And I'll put all the links in the description box below to where you can find me. But before you go, make sure that you like this channel, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell, that way you're notified every time that I put up a video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again next time.